Hi class, today we're going to go over the review for Chapter 5. Keep in mind that this is only the first part of the review. Tomorrow in class we'll get a second review for Wednesday's test. This review covers everything from sections 5.4 to 5.7. It says here at the top to be familiar with all your rules of exponents and logs. In case you don't know those already, please try to memorize those for Wednesday's test. They include the power rule, the product rule, the quotient rule, and all the other rules of exponents and logarithms. Little reminder as to what a log is and a few important formulas to use. So let's go ahead and start by just going over the answers real quick in case you didn't get them in class today. Here are the answers to the front. So if you'd like to pause the video and check the answers, go for it now. Next we have the answers to the back. Here's number 4, 6, 7, and 8. Looks like I forgot a number 5 on this sheet. So here are the answers to 4, highlighted, circled. The answers to 6, 7, and 8. And then finally I'll just show you real quick the answers to 10, 11, 9, 10, and 11. Pause it if you need to. And numbers 12 and 13 at the bottom. Again, if you want to pause the video to check your work, now would be a good time. Specifically, I'd like to go through problems, some of the trouble spots here. 12C was definitely a challenging one, so we're going to go over that one in a few minutes. The inverse problems, I think we'll talk a little bit about 4B with the need to restrict the domain, a problem like that. Take a look at that. And then numbers 6, 7, and 8, finding the inverse of that one. We'll definitely look at that as well. On the front, one sticky point was 2B. Many students didn't understand why it was positive and not negative. And then I'll do one of the problems from number 3. I'll just pick one and do that. So here we go. Let's go ahead and start with why the answer to 2B is positive and not negative. So in this problem, this is 2B from the review. They give us negative 64 in parentheses with x to the 9th, all taken to the 4/3 power. Well, the first thing I want you to think about is what it means to be in parentheses. It's saying that this entire group, not just the negative 64, not just the x to the 9th, not just the 64, but the negative as well, everything gets taken to the 4/3 power. So one way to think of it is to split it up into 2 pieces, like that. When we have negative 64 to the 4/3, that's where the calculator tells us that the answer is positive and not negative. Okay, let's brighten this up a little bit. Okay, that's as bright as it gets, I suppose. All right, so when we plug in negative 64 to the 4/3 power, as you can see, it turns out to be positive. Students who are a little bit lazier and do it like this to the 4/3, your calculator is going to lie to you and say negative 256. We need to hold that negative in the parentheses with the 64 so it knows to take the entire thing to that exponent. Remember, even numerator exponent will always produce a positive answer, because you're taking this number times itself 4 times. It'll never give you a negative answer. Negative times a negative times a negative times a negative, think about that the long way, will be positive. So we get 256 for this portion, and then x to the 9th to the 4/3 turns out to be x to the 9 times 4/3. 9 times 4 is 36. 36 divided by 3 is 12. So 256 x to the 12 for 2B. In 3, we have the cost of a box of oatmeal, the cost of a carton of orange juice. Let's take a look at the movie ticket one. This is 3C. The formula is new equals old times 1 plus the rate to the x power, where x is the number of years. The new price here is $7 for a movie ticket. The old price was $5.75. No problem there. 1 plus the rate is what we don't know. We don't know the rate. We do know that from 1997 to 2003 is 6 years. So we're going to solve this problem using the order of operations, and we'll start by dividing both sides by 5.75. 7 divided by 5.75 is 1.2. That equals 1 plus the 6th power. At this point, we need to remove the 6 from the problem, so we're going to raise both sides to the 1/6 power. Raise both sides to the 1/6 power. Again, use parentheses. Don't be lazy. Let's take both sides to the parentheses, 1 over 6 power, and you get 1.0333 equals 1 plus r. The 6 and the 1/6 cancel. Now, we're going to take away 1 from both sides. That removes the 1 from the front, and you get 0.0333 as our r. Now, rates are always expressed as a percent. So we're going to multiply by 100 and get a rate of 3.3%. The decimal moves 2 places to the right, and you end up with 3.3% for 3C. I'm going to stop the video now and do the back of the worksheet in a separate video in order to save time.